What's up, y'all? And thanks for stopping by. I just got through watching episode 4 of Wanda Vision, season 1, entitled We Interrupt This Program. In this, we see Captain Monica Rambeau, an agent of SWORD, SWORD, returns to life following the blip. We see her, instead of turning into ashes, we see the ashes forming her, bringing her back, and others among all of the chaos that's going on in the hospital when we first see her in that hospital room, and she ends up finding out her mom, Maria Rambeau, has died of cancer 3 years prior, as told her by a nurse. Then 3 weeks later, Monica returns to work and is sent by acting director Taylor Hayward to help FBI agent Jimmy Woo. This character comes to us courtesy of Ant-Man and the Wasp, or Ant-Man, I believe it's Ant-Man and the Wasp. And so he's a familiar face that's joining this show. And he has a missing persons case in Westview, New Jersey. They discover a hexagonal, that's quite a word, static field surrounding the town. I mean, the sheriff was saying, hey, this town doesn't exist. Wanda discovers, I mean, not Wanda, but Monica discovers, she sends a drone through it, disappears. Then she ends up getting pulled in when she puts her hand through. Agent Wu was going careful, and then she gets sucked in there. And then within 24 hours, Swords establishes a base around the town and sends drones and an agent in to investigate. Now, Dr. Darcy Lewis, who is played by Kat Dennings, and of course she's from Thor, among other films in the MCU. She's asked to study the phenomena, I should say, and discovers broadcast signals for the sitcom Wanda Vision. Watching the show like we were watching the show, kind of, you know what I mean? It's kind of really cool that it's like the fourth wall. Not really, but it's like we're watching the same show that he's watching. Kind of weird, it's kind of, But they use these to observe events inside the town. So they're seeing different events. They're seeing different things going on that we saw. We saw what happened with Dottie when she cut her hand. We saw. Also, we got to see that it was actually Jimmy, Agent Wu, that was calling her when she was hearing the radio and saying, "Who's doing this to you, Wanda?" That was him. And then we see also other things where what do you call it, Agent Hayward, Director Hayward, I should say, is brought a picture. It's black and white, but the drone is in color. He's all, "Did you color this?" She's like, "No." And it's almost like a thing where it's like, because it comes from another dimension, it's not going to be the same color. It's not going to, because it doesn't fit. It's an outsider. It's like a outside thing, so it's going to stand out. Like, it's almost like stand out. Like, I don't know if they're trying to make the connection like with Monica, where she, it stood out, even though they accepted her pretty much, but they still knew that she was from some other. She came in alone with nobody, with nothing, and she just all of a sudden appeared out of nowhere, pretty much, like what Herb and what's her name, Agnes? Yeah, Agnes was talking about in episode 3. Now, like I said, they use these broadcasts to observe, what's going on inside the town, and then you learn that the real residents have been cast as characters in the sitcom. And then they see Monica disguise herself as Geraldine, so they finally got a glimpse of her. I think that's the episode when Darcy dropped her cup of noodles. I looked at that and go, "Oh, what a waste of noodles." I love Darcy. I love cup noodles. So I saw it like, "Oh, that's a waste right there." But you see that, and then Darcy and Jimmy, they successfully attempt to use the radio to contact Wanda, like I said earlier, and then we of course saw the repeat of when Monica mentions Ultron, then Wanda casts her out of the town. That scene, I was going, "Come on, man, where is the scene when she yeeted old girl through the damn what do you call it through that damn that static field?" And she did, and boy, did she ever. She went through She went through the wall, she went through the fence, she went like 500 feet. I don't know how far that was, and then of course we saw she lands, you know, and then we of course saw does the sitcom illusion disappears. We see her stoic. It's like a scene, but then we see an extended scene. Like if you see it go out even more, or go on even for a little more, and Wanda sees Vision as he appeared when he died. His what I call it was Infinity Stone was of course taken out by Thanos, and then she's horrified, and who wouldn't? I was like, holy crap, what the hell, and then she restores the illusion as she's doing with everything. Like when she remember when we saw that the guy I like to call him the beekeeper, you know, and come out of the manhole. She's like no, and then she makes it go back. And there's other instances like we saw that happens, and that right there was the one that stuck with me. I'm like, oh boy, that looks scary, dude. So does that mean that he's dead for real? You know what I mean? Like that's what she sees. Even Darcy was saying that he's still alive. That's just not some blip. That's just not, you know what I mean? It's Vision. Here. I mean, even on the blackboard when they're putting the pictures of all the townsfolk that were playing these characters in the sitcom, he put down there. Agent Wood put down there is Vision alive. And is he? Well, he died in Endgame, so you know he is. But then so it's one of those things, man, where it's just like we loved the first three episodes, and back and forth, and the silliness and the goofiness, but the real just loving relationship between the two. And that Wanda loved Vision, and we all want that to happen. I mean, it might happen, who knows? He might be able to come back somehow, but at the same time, do you ever come back from that the way he went out, the way Vision went out? But like I truly enjoyed this episode. I liked how they just let us see from the vantage point and from the where they were standing, Sword, what they were seeing, because we saw the other side. We just saw the sitcom, and then we saw those things of like seeing the objects and things that were bearing the symbol of Sword, and wondering what's going on. Why is things in color? But I loved it. I loved this episode. I think again they knocked it out of the park, and it just gets better and better. It's just like keeps going up. There's no lull. There's no like, oh, this episode was weaker than the last episode. We didn't get to see new Vision, or I mean new Vision, new looks, and new footage of Wanda and Vision, but we were looking at some Sword's point of view, so that was good because they were able to tie everything together and wonder why this happened. Well, this is why it happened, and then that. But it was good. It was great seeing the character Jamie Woo, especially seeing Doctor. She made the person clear the other guy, and the person said I'm a doctor. Darcy Lewis, seeing her back. I enjoy Kat Dennings. I think she's funny. I think she's great. I think she does really well in that role that she made popular, and we knew her from Thor. And yeah, she was in Thor: Dark World, right? Yeah. And was she in Ragnarok? I don't think so. I think when we went to Ragnarok, we didn't even see Natalie Portman's character. I don't think. I think she did. I don't know. Did she like not? Was she not here for Dark World? It's been such a while since I've seen those films. But so it was great seeing that tying they're tying this to the MCU. It's of course it's tied, but you like to see tied to it, but you like to see characters from other movies and in other extended universe come in, and so it's great. And their roles actually fit. They're here to do what they do, and it does. It's not just some character. Oh, let's just bring this character in for no reason. Let's let him appear. And no, you can't do that. That doesn't make sense. But I love this. I love the writing. I love how they're able to do this and tie everything in, and let us see what's going on. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this episode, and we'll see what happens for episode 5 as we continue on this journey. and really wondering what's really happening with Wanda. Like what Monica said, is she the one that's in control? She's the one that's doing this, like she said, you know, we could only think, and a lot of people are drawing that conclusion, and I'm beginning to think, yeah, it looks like it. People are talking about Mephisto, and they're talking about others, maybe, but we'll see. I think there's 8 episodes, so we got four more to go. If that's the case, I believe there's 8 episodes, maybe 10. But well, that's that. We'll see. We'll wait what happens when episode 5 comes around next week. But well, that was my video for my recap and thoughts on episode 4, entitled "We Interrupt This Program," from season 1 of WandaVision. And for those of you who stopped by and checked out this video, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.